Airdrops have dropped thousands upon thousands of dollars into people's wallets to doing nothing but clicking buttons on the internet, literally magic internet money. This is one of the most high value things that you can do for yourselves in cryptocurrency, whether you have low capital, medium capital, even all the money in the world. Who doesn't want more cash flow at the end of the day, right? So today we're going to be talking about a project that I truly believe is extremely underfarmed. Nobody's talking about it and is flying under the radar. So let's go ahead and jump into it. This may be somewhat of a lengthy video because there is a few steps to getting things set up. But once you get things set up, the farming is just going to be easy breezy. So let's go ahead and jump into what you need to do. All right, so jumping right into this thing, today we're going to be talking about HYPERLANE. I truly believe that this is an underfarmed project. They fall sort of under the same category and criteria of Wormhole, and a lot of people were sleeping on Wormhole. You know, I received over like $6,000 from Wormhole. I know people who have received way more than that, 30,000, 50,000 to 100 grand just for bridging, using their bridge and then just interacting with it. That's it, literally clicking buttons on the internet. So HYPERLANE is a bridge also. And that's all you really need to understand about it. There's a lot of technical jargon up here as well. Definitely research it a little bit more, but just understand that it's a bridge from getting funds to here to over here. And we're going to get rewarded for interacting with this bridge, for transferring funds back and forth and potentially get an airdrop. I could read into all the technical stuff, but it's just not going to make sense. Like I said, all you need to know is we're interacting with it and potentially getting an airdrop. We're clicking buttons. That's it. Okay. So before we jump into it, we do have a few requirements that you're going to need. You're going to need Kepler wallet if you don't have that already. You're going to need MetaMask wallet. You're going to need Phantom wallet. You're going to need about $100 worth of TIA, and you're going to need about $100 worth of Ethereum, so that way we can transfer to different chains for gas. Now, all these funds, we're going to be able to recycle those funds into other airdrops, and you'll be able to get this back. We just need this initially so that way we can push volume, and we're also going to be sending it to other trains, because as we're interacting with this, we're going to also create interactions with other projects that have not released tokens, so that way we can double, triple, and quadruple down in our efforts in farming this one airdrop, okay? Don't get overwhelmed with this information. If you need to rewind the video at any point in time or pause it out, make sure you do that so that way you understand what we're talking about here, okay? So, just like I said, you're going to need Kepler wallet. All of these links, by the way, are going to be in the description below. No need to memorize them right here for easy access. In order to get Kepler, you'll just hit install, and it'll just bring up this window where you can just download that wallet and get to it. Same thing for Phantom, and then same thing for MetaMask. Most of you all watching this video should have MetaMask, but if you're new to the airdrop scene, make sure you get these things, because not only are they going to be useful for this, it's also going to create other doorways and opportunities for you when those things arise, if they pop up on these chains where you need these wallets to access them. All right, so assuming that you already downloaded Kepler, MetaMask, and Phantom, you're going to also need some TIA. I'm not going to be able to tell you exactly where to get it from, but I will go over to some of the markets. And then if you look through this list, you'll be able to see it's on MEX, BitGet, OKX, Kraken, Binance, Coinbase Exchange, Bybit, and so on and so on. If I go over to the other list, there's also some other ones on here like Kraken. I think I just said that one, and KuCoin. So pick what you want. Get yourself $100 worth of TIA, and then we're going to move over to the next step, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and close out of this. The next thing you also need to know is that once you download MetaMask, you're going to have to add some chains to MetaMask to make this even easier for yourself, okay? So if you're new to MetaMask, you're not going to have these on your wallet already. Go to chainlist.org, and then what you're going to do is you're just going to type in base. Then you're going to connect your wallet, and it's going to automatically add that to your MetaMask wallet. When you see that it is, you will know that it is added if you type in base, and then you'll be able to go over to that chain, and you probably won't have any money in there yet, but you'll be able to see at least Ethereum and a zero balance. So that's how you know that you added it. You're going to also add Scroll Network to this, just the same way. You'll connect your wallet, add it, and then you'll be good to go. And then you're going to also add not to list mainnet. Okay, so you're going to connect your wallet. It's going to automatically go into your MetaMask, and I'll just demonstrate that really quickly. So if I were to type in Scroll, I would see that I'm able to go into this network. For some reason, Scroll isn't working for me right now, but it should not be doing this. It should load up like any other wallet. I think MetaMask is just tripping right now. So if we also go over to Nautilus mainnet, we'll also see that we have this here. Okay. So let's go ahead and get into it. The very first things that we're going to do, assuming that you have your Ethereum now in your wallet, is you're going to go to orbiter.finance. I believe that this is one of the easiest bridges to use and also very cheap to transfer funds from chain to chain. And they're also a tokenless network. So as we're transferring through them, we're also farming this airdrop as well. So we're going to go ahead and connect our MetaMask. And I don't care if you all see any of these wallets. All these are burners anyway. I don't keep any of my main funds inside of them. So don't be trying to be sneaky out there sending me NFTs or coins trying to take my stuff, because you're going to get nothing. Okay? So we're going to go from Ethereum, and I'm going to transfer these funds to Base. And then after we get these funds over to Base, what we're going to do is we're going to transfer them over to the other networks that we want. The reason that we're doing that is because initially transferring from Ethereum to other networks can be a little bit expensive. Today, for some reason, it's actually not expensive, even though it says the gas prices are high. It's only charging us $1.28. Usually it's way more than that. So I'm going to go ahead and click confirm. And then what we're going to do is go from Base to a scroll network. And then we're going to talk about something else in just a moment here. All right, so now we are done with that part. Now what we need to do is to go out of here. And then we need to open up MetaMask and then go over to the Base chain. We're going to type in Base, assuming that you added it. And then we will see our funds pop up here. So next thing that we want to do is transfer some funds over to Scroll Network, because we're going to be using Scroll later on and hopefully it starts working for us. So I'm going to transfer 0.08 just for an example. Transfer like $25 over there. And then, how much is this? 31? Yeah, okay, so that works. Then I'm going to hit confirm. And then once this is finished, we're going to have to go over to somewhere else, because we're going to go from Base to BNB, because we're going to need to use BNB later on as well. And then you're probably not going to have any funds over there if you don't transact on Binance Smart Chain that often. So the link for that will be in the description below as well. And then we're going to go over to Jumper. So this should be done in just a moment. Okay, so we just transferred from Base to Scroll, and let's see if I can open Scroll up. I don't know if it's going to even allow me to see those funds just yet. So I'm going to go ahead and open Scroll, and it's not letting me connect for whatever reason. Oh, there we go. Okay, so my funds actually did get over there, and you'll see I also have some funds still on Base. All right, so now what we're going to want to do is go over here to Jumper, and the reason that we're using this is because we can't use Orbiter to transfer Ethereum to BNB and convert it. What I mean by that is what we want to do is now take our Ethereum and then convert it over into BNB, because that's the gas token over on Binance Smart Chain. So I'm going to go ahead and connect my wallet. I'm going to connect my MetaMask, and then I'm just going to hit next and connect. And what I want to do is go from Base chain over to, and I'm going to choose Ethereum. And I want to go over to BNB. So I would choose BNB, and then I would choose the token BNB. Okay. So what I'm going to do is transfer some Ethereum over there, which is about $13. I'm going to review the bridge, and then I'm going to start bridging. This may seem like a lot of steps, y'all, but once you get through this, the rest of it is cake. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and hit confirm. All right, so we can see that the bridge was successful, and it's really fast, right? None of this is hard. We're going to click done. Once again, we're just going from one place to another place. That's what a bridge is. And also, Jumper is a tokenless protocol, so we have now hit 2 different airdrops, four different airdrops so far. We've hit Orbiter, which is tokenless, Base, which maybe will drop a token later on, Scroll, we've created a text over there, and they're definitely going to have a token, and now we have Jumper. And now we can come over here to BNB, right? If we go into BNB, type BNB chain, this is the Binance Smart Chain, we can see that my $71 now went to $84, so that means that that money actually went over there. Now, one thing I did forget to mention is that when you do get your TIA off the exchange, you're going to send it, you're going to send it to your Kepler wallet by just copying the address and then choosing Celestia. Don't choose Cosmos, or don't choose Injective, not Neutron, not Osmosis. Choose Celestia and then transfer those funds from the exchange over to your Kepler wallet, assuming that you've set that up already. Okay? So one other thing that we'll have to do with Jumper just before we get into the nitty gritty is that we'll have to acquire some ZBC on the Binance Smart Chain network. So wherever you have your funds, whether it be on Ethereum or Base or Binance Smart Chain, wherever you have the majority of your funds, you're going to swap some of that into ZBC. So I have the majority of my funds in the Binance Smart Chain network already. So I'm going to go ahead and choose some of my WETH that I have right here, my wrapped Ethereum. And then what I'm going to do is choose the Binance Smart Chain network where we want to go and then click on ZBC. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and swap a little bit of this over. And then I'm just going to review the swap and then just start swapping. You don't need like $30 of this. You can do like $10 or $20 of it. We just need it to perform transactions later on to start farming Hyperlane as well. So we'll hit next and then we'll hit approve. And then once that goes through, we'll be good to go. And then we can check our MetaMask wallet just to confirm that that balance actually made it over there. This should be a fairly quick swap. Then we will hit confirm again. As you can see, the gas fees are very, very cheap. And this stuff isn't hard, right? Like write down in the comments below, is this hard? Has this been hard so far? All we've been doing is just clicking buttons and then swapping in and out of tokens and then just bridging them over to other places, right? Not hard stuff. All right, so this is done. We'll go ahead and look inside of our wallet. Make sure that you are on the Binance Smart Chain network. If you type BNB, don't get confused. This is the Smart Chain network. So if you type in that, we'll look over here and look at the token and see that those tokens actually made it into my wallet. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump into this thing. So now I'm going to go ahead and close on out of Jumper, and then we're going to move over to this website, which is usenexus.org. This is going to be in the description below, and this is going to be one of the things that we now start to farm the Hyperlane protocol. But just before we do get started, we're going to have to configure our Kepler wallet and do a couple things. Now, assuming that you have your TIA already over here, what you're going to do is come down to the gear icon, and then we're going to click on general and then scroll down to manage chain visibility. Now once you open that up, Neutron should not be selected already, and this is the chain that we're actually looking for. So we're going to choose Neutron and then select that and then click on save. Okay, then it's going to close out the Kepler wallet. What you're going to do now is just open up the Kepler wallet, and then you're going to go into TIA. Once you go into TIA, you're going to select IBC SYN, and then you're going to select Neutron. Now this is the funds that we're going to be using to transfer back and forth chain to chain. So it doesn't matter what you transfer over here. You can transfer 50 bucks out of the 100 that you have. You're going to be able to get that back on the Celestia. And like I said at the beginning of this video, you'll be able to recycle those funds. Okay. So I'm going to transfer, I'm going to just transfer 20 bucks over here just for an example. And then I'm going to hit next. And then I'm going to hit approve. Now, once that happens, you'll see the loading bar right there, and then you will now see my funds have left my Celestia wallet, and then they should pop up here in Neutron here soon. If it doesn't pop up automatically as the wallet is open, you can just close it out, open it back up, and then you should see those funds reflected there soon, which it just did. So you can see now I have $30 on Neutron, okay? So one other thing that we have to do is get gas on Neutron. So what we're gonna do is just swap a little bit of TIA over to Neutron. Doesn't have to be a lot. You can swap like $3 over there. I have an excessive amount over there just because I have that amount over there, no particular reason. Then we're gonna hit next. And then we're just gonna hit approve. And then once that happens, also, we're gonna see these funds change, right? So I have $14 inside of there, and now we should see that. Let me close out of there and open it back up so we're not waiting. And then we should see it reflect in just a moment here. So I have 14 as soon as it wants to go through. And now I can see that I have $17 in this wallet. So now we're good to go and we can start farming Hyperlane. All right, so now you can go down to the description below and then go to usenexus.org. And for this step, we're going to be using our Kepler wallet. So we just configured everything. Now what we're going to do is just connect our wallet. We're going to choose Cosmos because this is the Kepler wallet. And then what we're going to do is click approve. The next thing that we're going to do is connect our wallet again. And then we're going to use that Ethereum wallet, that MetaMask wallet that you've been transferring back and forth from, right, to Base, to Scroll, to BNB. And we're going to connect the one that we have our funds inside of. So I'm going to go ahead and choose this wallet. I'm going to click next and then connect. And then I'm just going to choose that. That's fine for right now. We'll change that later. And what we're going to do now is we're going to start on Celestia, okay? And then we're going to go over to Neutron. So I'm going to choose my Celestia that I have, and I'm going to transfer a little bit over to Neutron. I'm going to do like 0.4 just to start. You can do any amount. And then what I'm going to do is send this over to Neutron. So this is now going to create a transaction through Hyperlane. We can see that this is with Hyperlane down here in the bottom left corner. And we can see on the right hand side that this transaction is actually taking place. So from Celestia to Neutron. And this is the start of farming this airdrop, y'all. It's literally this easy. We're just clicking buttons, right? So now we're going to go ahead and click this swap coin button. And then we're going to go to Neutron. We can see our balance reflected here. I already had some over here, so I added a little bit more. Then we're going to go from Neutron to Arbitrum. Okay. Then we're going to select this token, TIA. That N stands for Neutron. And then we're going to select the balance that we want to send over. So I'm going to send over 2.1 just because that's what I have in my wallet. I'm going to see that I have this in my wallet. And then I'm going to click confirm. And then I'm going to send this over to Arbitrum. Now you may need some Ethereum over on Arbitrum. I did not mention that at the beginning of this, but that's nothing hard, right? You just go down to the description, go to orbiter.finance and just transfer a little Ethereum over there if we need that Ethereum, okay? So same thing here. I'm going to go from Arbitrum to back to Neutron because I don't think I can go to Manta, can I? No. So I'm going to go back to Neutron from Arbitrum. I'm going to select the token. Then I'm just going to put in 1.5, right? I'm just doing different amounts just so it doesn't look like I'm swapping the same thing back and forth, back and forth. And then I'm going to hit continue. And then I'm going to send this over to Neutron. And then I'm going to go ahead and click on confirm. We can see that popped up in the MetaMask wallet. And we can see that it's sent, right? So we're just waiting for those funds. We see that it's gone from the wallet. If we go over to Neutron, we can see that those funds are now inside of the wallet once we click on TIA. So actually, it's probably going to take just a little minute for it to pop up here. Okay, and then what we can do is we can go from Neutron to Manta Network. I don't think that you're going to need gas over there, but if you do, once again, just use orbiter.finance and you can transfer some funds over there. You can see all these fees are pretty cheap, right? So like we said at the beginning, you can recycle these funds and get them back. It's not locked into these different chains. You can get them back and then put them back inside of your wallet to use them for whatever you want. So I'm going to go ahead and do 1.8 over to Manta. And then I'm going to hit continue. Oh, it says insufficient. All right, let me do like 1.4. And then hit continue. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and send that over to Manta Pacific. Not hard stuff. This is happening in the Kepler wallet because they're going from Neutron to Manta. I'm going to go ahead and hit approve. And we can see that this is pretty fast. We're going to get that check mark. If I go over to Manta now and I want to go back to Neutron, I will see those funds reflected here soon as they pop up. Okay, so we can see those funds just popped up right here. So my 1.4. Now what we're going to do is just do the same thing again. We're going to go from Manta over to Neutron. So we're going to go from put in like 1.2, or we can even max it out. I'm going to go to max it out and then hit continue. I'm going to send this back over to Neutron. And then let's just say that we wanted this back inside of our Celestia wallet, right? Once we get done with this transaction, so you can see 0 gas. Let's say that we wanted this back inside of our Celestia wallet so that way we can transfer it back to the exchange and just get up out of this thing. What we would do is go from Neutron over to Celestia, and then we would just put in the amount that we want. We just have to wait a minute for these funds to pop up here. And then what's going to happen, just to demonstrate that, we're going to see this balance change, right? So we transferred funds initially over to Neutron from Celestia in the beginning before we started doing all of this. And now we just wait for this to pop up. And we can see that our balance is now reflected. So 1.7, let's say that we wanted to max that thing out and send it back over to Celestia. We'll just hit continue, send to Celestia. And then we can see that this is inside of the Kepler wallet. And all these transactions are being tracked on the side here, y'all. You're farming the airdrop right now. It's literally this easy. You're probably like, I can't believe it's this easy. Like, I'm going to get paid for this? Yes, you're going to get paid for clicking buttons on the internet. It blows my mind the opportunity that we have inside of cryptocurrency still to this day. So I'm going to open up the wallet here. And we can see now that I have that $23 over inside of my Celestia. And if I wanted to, I could send this to wherever I wanted to. I could swap this into wherever I want to as well. Okay, so we're done with that portion of things. We're going to go ahead and get off of the usenexus.org site. And next one we're going to come over to is the mentor.merkley.com/hyperlane. That link will also be in the description below. And when you go over to this website, make sure that you are selecting Hyperlane right here. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and click connect wallet. And then we're going to use that wallet where we had transfer funds over to base and then scroll earlier. And the reason that we're doing base and scroll is because it's super easy and low transaction fees to do these things versus other networks. So I'm going to go ahead and connect. And then I'm going to go over to the base network to start. And we can see that we have our funds there. So I'm going to go over here. I'm going to select base, which is this symbol right here, or you could type it in as well, I believe. And then what we're going to do is we're going to select these right here. So we want to bridge to Polygon, CeeLo, Moonbeam, and Genos. Okay. So we're going to unselect everything except for those. Did I say Binance? Yes, I did say Binance. So we're going to unselect Arbitrum. We're going to unselect Scroll and Ethereum. And we're just going to use these. So CeeLo, Binance Smart Chain, Moonbeam, Genos, and then Polygon, because they have shown to just be cheap sending and bridging things over there. Okay. So we're going to mint all 5 of those, 45 cents for that transaction. And then what we're going to do is bridge these things over to these different networks. Okay, now once these pop up, we're going to go ahead and click bridge, and we're going to have to do these one at a time. All right, so 18 cents, super cheap. I'm going to go ahead and click confirm. Sometimes you can just go through these, and then once the transaction goes through for the first one, you can just move on to the next one. So we'll see if it doesn't mess things up for us here. We'll hit confirm. Go through this and then hit confirm again. And as long as it says Hyperlane down here, we can see that it's popping up on the Explorer that this transaction actually happened. And the way that we can check that, and this link will be in the description, in the description below as well, explorer.hyperlane.xyz. We'll just select our address and just type it into here. Once again, I don't care if you all see this address. I don't have any big funds on this wallet. As we can see here, these transactions are pending. So we did something from Manta to Neutron, 6 minutes ago, 4 minutes ago, 44 seconds. This is showing us that these things are tracking on their blockchain. So the things that we did weren't wasted effort. So I hope that makes sense. Okay. So going back over here, we're just going to finish this off and just bridge the rest of these. And hit confirm, confirm. Okay. Now, once again, as long as you see Hyperlane at the bottom and you see them popping up on the Explorer, then you're good to go. All right. So once these pop up, we're going to move over to the next step on this website. Oops. Let me do that again. So that's what I was talking about. When you do it too many times, then it may not go over right away. So just keep this like one at a time if you get that error. Wait for the Hyperlane to pop up. And then you can move on to the next one. So that popped up. I'm not going to do this one. I think you all get the point. The other thing that we're going to hop over to is the HFT bridge. Okay. So we're going to have to claim some Merkley in order to do this, and it's free. So we're going to go ahead and choose these once again, unselect these, and then unselect those. So we only have 5. We can, let's see. Whoops. Oh, it says I have enough Merkley already, okay. So if you need to claim tokens, you will be able to claim tokens right here, but it says I already have enough. So I'm going to go ahead and click Start Bridging, and then I'm going to use my Merk. A link will pop up right there, by the way, for you to claim it. And I'm just going to hit Confirm. And then I'm going to do the same thing over here. And we're just building transactions, y'all. That's it. We're just bridging. We're just bridging. All right, I got a little ahead of myself right there. All right, I'm going to try it again. Goodness gracious, it's not letting me. All right, let me do this otherwise. Binance Smart Chain wants to be weird right now. So I'm assuming that, how much ETH do I have over here actually in my wallet? Oh, okay, so I ran out of Ethereum, so that's why I'm not going to be able to bridge anymore right now, which is totally fine. This is why I say you need to transfer money over to base. I only had like $5 inside of there, I think, that I was using, but you're going to be using that to do these gas transactions. All right, so we did the NFT bridge. We also did the HFT bridge. I haven't done the token bridge yet. This is something I believe that is powered by Hyperlane also, and that you can do it just to add another contract and transaction. So I'm going to close out of that. And now we're going to come over here and talk about this ZBC, right? So this is where we were talking about at the beginning of the video, where we need MetaMask, Phantom, and then also the Kepler wallet. And we're just going to go through different examples. You're not going to need Kepler here, more so MetaMask and Phantom. So I'm going to go ahead and connect my wallet again, the one that I've been using this whole time. And I'm going to go to connect and then switch to the BNB chain, because this is where we got that ZBC earlier, right? We minted that ZBC or swapped into that ZBC so that way we could use it later. So I'm going to go from here and I'm going to go to the not to list. I'm going to select the token ZBC and I'm going to just transfer 100. I'm going to click on self and then I'm going to click continue. Then I'm going to click send to not to list. Okay. Now this is a little tricky because I'm going to be honest with you. I spent like a week thinking that my transaction wasn't going through, and I didn't add the Nautilus chain to my MetaMask. So I just thought it was just sitting there the whole time and doing absolutely nothing, because for some reason on this website, it says sending, but it never gets to finalizing, validating, or relaying. Now, if you see down in the bottom right corner, you'll see approved transaction sent. If I click on confirm, another one will pop up that will say, I think like transaction completed or funds received or whatever the case may be. So we're just going to come over here and look at that after that pops up. And that's what it says, remote transfer started. So we can see that those funds left the wallet. I have like 1,800 inside of that balance. And then if we come over here to Nautilus, mainnet, we will see those funds pop up here soon. So we're just going to wait for those funds to pop up just to confirm. All right, so we can see that 100 ZBC did make it over here to the wallet. And if we go over here to the Explorer, we'll also see that transaction came in as well. Okay, so we have 105 ZBC there. You don't have to do that. That's just an extra confirmation step. So now what we want to do is we want to go from Nautilus over to Solana. Okay, so hopefully you set up your Phantom wallet. What we're going to do now is we're going to transfer, I don't know, let's do like 80. And we're going to click, actually we have to connect the wallet. So we're going to connect the Phantom wallet now. Detected my Phantom wallet. I'm going to click connect. And then we're going to click on self, and it's going to automatically put that address inside of there, okay? So we're going to click on continue, and it says insufficient funds. Goodness gracious, it's calling me a brokey right now, guys. What's going on? All right, so we're going to put 50 inside of there. 80 was too much for it, I guess. And we're going to send to Solana, and we're going to click confirm. So what we're looking for is for these funds to just pop up. This token's not automatic. This token is not going to be inside of there, and you're not going to be able to add it as well. It's going to automatically pop inside of your Solana wallet once the transfer is completed. So we're going to wait a moment and then just wait for our funds to get over there. I already have 20 over there. We're waiting for that 80 to get there. So we should have, or no, we're waiting for that 50 to get there. So we should have 70 at the end of this. All right, so we can see those funds got there, right? All we're doing, y'all, is just bridging back and forth, So we can see the 70 ZBC got there. Now what we're going to do is go from Solana over to Binance, select that token. We're going to max that thing out, 70, click self, and then we're going to click continue. Okay, 50. How about that? No, oh, no routes. Okay, so let's do Nautilus. Let's see if it lets us do Nautilus instead of B and C. We're going to select, see if we can max it out. Click continue. All right, so it's letting us do Nautilus. So we're going to transfer from Solana to Nautilus. You're going to confirm, and then you're just going to wait for this transaction to go through. So we can see it's confirming the transfer right now, and then these funds should leave our wallet here soon. Okay, so we can see those funds left our wallet. We no longer have that 70 ZBC there. We can also see that the remote transfer started. Once again, if you click on these, it's not going to say that it's finalized for whatever reason. I have no idea why it doesn't do that. So make sure you don't pay that any mind. Make sure you're checking your wallets and make sure those funds are there. So guys, that's pretty much how you farm Hyperlane. I hope that wasn't hard. I hope that wasn't too complicated. This one, I'll be honest, is a little bit more involved than some of the other airdrops out there. Like Wormhole, all you had to do was just bridge and that was it, right? This is a little bit more. You have to create wallets. You have to get funds. You have to transfer it here. You have to do this, do that. Pause the video. Take it one step at a time. people get these kind of airdrops because they're willing to go through these steps and develop this type of knowledge and information where they can leverage these opportunities, where a lot of people are not going to do that. Okay, so if you got value out of this video, make sure you comment down below if you want us to do other airdrop guides for you. Just comment airdrops, I guess, in the comments below. We'll know that's your sign for us to create more videos just like this. But with that said, we hope that you got value, and we'll see you in the next one. Happy farming. Peace.